part of this event. And all of you participated in running and in this fundraiser. Thank you for running, thank you for walking, and well done. I tried, but you guys beat me. I just went halfway. But yellow man, I have to confess something to the bishop. Maybe I should talk in Ateso. It's okay. Jenjo, Kabbalah Bishop, Ajayo PAG. Koi Jenja PAG na Ajayo, Chono PAG Parasang. Mam Joy Wanyuna Pese. Ajayuna Pesa, you know, Owenarete Jo. At Chokaki, Abunga, Ajahupaka, Opungo Kera Bongo, Catholic, Nara didn't accurate. Itamajo go pay, Ajatiro Pesa, Ayoga Yoga, the Baka Bio Committee. So Arokakiro, Pakaverga, Keriberba, Bongo Verba Anglican, a Bongo Verga St. Peter's. Nara Jengo, I put a winner ring. I put a return cancer. Konye Bishop, alumni obe a joke record. Mama woro terengo o committee. Abunga surviving a lost committee. Se malanya de kanwangu abunga da keta kinetao. Mama tia apesuru, mama tenyo na rajengo obe alomara tenisi. Kwenye akono shalam kine de kanu ikansala PAG narabu ngara kaso Apollo upone alabeto Apollo na akwapuna ara ekoto ujai agwe tight na Apollo najo ema magwe tight emina ajare totoluni. So I shalam kiting a council of PAG, anu engara kiting a polo upon a labetor, upon a corporate decay. Narai buena kino anum at a quiet upon a corporate decay to a polo, kele a chatuno. A yalamano a jaun keresulo, a general belly twice, ponton and to preach. Ata setenge amore ata setenge abunere adulting obian abong nango ajayo Britain abongting adulting entebe san kanyapela kwara osa keru yalmanoi da sa adono airport darasu mpaka Soroti kenantu prujadilo kina keru. So I didn't be ora mama pasanangin. Abetingata me lagano kerena polon honorable logo. Akolonga tamatia lanyane silolo. Konyera pola pasono. Next time atamara akon. Abunera da yamu chuta kapakina akirit. Akolonga shalam kina pugana NRM. Narai erai bore polo no ajula kinata nyumbe. Iwanyu na fundraising car lo ejai Soroti. Do on ida ilu PAG kiteso. Despedore alem siriginu dukete kanisa. Oka wangina aratia lo se lip sirigino omusugun ini bore kero omusugun kwenye itodo ntibijao na polo iperonda some fundraising racing isirigina duke kanisa. Sa eshamun kimra pugan ama inakin itunga pedor na Apollo adona doketaikina. Na yaret akotongo eshalam kine kanisa ano adia ukire vision le polo kango. Abunga loto kanisa ere foundation ere kanisa le polo no. Ane era at vision kera yo ne polo no anyon be allo skills na bi kune kansani erauna ekotokina gangata ne deke kira gangata ni tunga no pero raduku nara re kansa le polo no so akono nga shalam kine bishop kile kanisa anaji out kile vision le polo kangon shalam kine yasu anaji out kile vision yalama akwa puna ejasi bori uni lu it circuit. Three things that help a community to grow. As a people, we have to appreciate these three items. There is a party, the critical part is the government part. It's important for the government to provide environment, infrastructure, and the laws that allow wealth creation, freedom, and peace. And then the second part is culture, and that's where the church comes in. It's important for the church to play its role in developing and building the culture of the nation. Without a culture, people cannot succeed. People cannot prosper. You can wonder, why are other countries prospering and we are not? Sometimes it's about culture. Wealth is not what's on the ground. Wealth is created with what's between your ears. And that's our brains, our minds. That's how we create wealth. If wealth was created because of what's on the ground, then Congo would be richer than Switzerland, because Congo has so many minerals, but they are not rich. You find Switzerland does not have any minerals, but they are rich. What's the difference? The difference is the mindset, the culture. And that's where the church comes in. The church is important in transforming our minds to adapt a culture that encourages creativity, wealth creation, innovation. It's very important. The Bible says the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. And without that, we cannot have the wisdom to make money and to become wealthy. So the church is critical in developing that in a place. And I think it's time for the church to play that role very critically of making sure that our culture, our minds are transformed. Otherwise, we shall still see corruption. People go to church and are still corrupt. People go to church and they still go and see witch doctors. That's a sign that the society is not yet transformed. So the church has to play the role of transforming our minds and our culture so that we can become a very developed and wealthy society. The Bible says that as a person thinks, so is that person. You cannot be what you cannot think. And it's only the church that can help us develop a proper culture that will transform us to prosperity. The government can provide the infrastructure, the environment, the laws, and the systems for us to work in. But we need to have a culture that will help us to exploit and enjoy those freedoms and those benefits. The third thing I want to speak about is personal responsibility. As a people, we have to learn to be more responsible. We are having people who don't take responsibility. People make mistakes, they don't acknowledge it. We don't have where people say, I've made a mistake, I'm going to resign from this position. Or I've made a mistake, I'm going to do. When we don't have that culture, that personal responsibility, it affects the image that we have. As a people, as individuals, we have to develop a certain sense of responsibility of our future, of our community, to be able to move and compete in a global world is very important. Soon, apart from the president and a few good leaders, Ugandans are now getting known as corrupt. Soon, it was not for the president and a few leaders. Soon, when people see you, they will see that Ugandans those are corrupt. But yet we are Christians, so something is wrong. We hope that as we move forward, we are going to have a culture, a Christian culture, that will honor whom we are. And that's why I'm so excited to be part of the church, building the cathedral, building the church, because that's our future. That's what's going to build our culture, build our character, and help us develop and enjoy the freedoms we have. And finally, it's important for us to appreciate and respect each other, because at the end of the day, we are all created in the image of God. We are all God's children. I might disagree with you, you might not like the way I speak, you might not like the way I talk, but we are all God's children and we live together, and we have to learn how to respect each other. That's a Christian value, that's a Christian foundation that we should appreciate. I went to visit the church and I saw a big vision that the church has. And I'm so happy to say that I'm happy to stand with that vision, to support the bishop and the church on that vision to build that cathedral. The cathedral must I'm happy, Bishop, to stand with you. I said after seeing the magnitude of work, we have bought kits worth 3.3 million. And we are going to support the church with 30 million shillings.